Welcome to our demo class. If I talk about Python, Python having a great present and definitely will have the great future in coming time because of the number of domains where Python is present. So if we talk about domain where you can make your career is web development, say game development or backend development, full stack development or say testing, web application, robotics, GUI development, pharmacology, bioinformatics, psychology, astronomy, IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data science. You just name the domain, and these are the number of domains where you can work with Python. So there are many companies who are working on Python where you can also think about making your career. Say Google, Facebook, Netflix, Instagram, Spotify, Quora, Reddit, IBM, NASA, Pixar, Pinterest, Amazon, and there are 6200 companies which are using Python one or the other way. Next, we will see the Python installation, PyCharm installation, how Python is platform independent, and we will also see few codes through which you will get the amazing outputs. And you will see how easily we can code in Python. To download Python, go to python.org and then click download. It will show you the latest version. Presently, it is showing me 3.9.5. I'll click that and then save it in C drive. Let it get downloaded first. After that, open it for installation. At the bottom of the page, it is showing me one checkbox that is add to path variable. Don't forget to click that and then just install it. Once it gets installed, now open the search panel and type IDLE. It is a free integrated development environment that we have just downloaded with Python. Now write your first program, that is print hello world. This much you can say it is easy to start your Python coding, and we got the output hello world. We will now download PyCharm from jetbrains.com. Click the download and then community version and save this in C drive. PyCharm is the most widely used smart IDE that we are downloading. Now we will install it and follow these steps. First we'll go to next step, again next step, and there are two checkboxes, one for 64-bit launcher and one to save it in a path variable. Click both the checkboxes and go to next. Again, don't make any changes, go to next and let it get installed. Once it gets installed, make it finish. Now go to search panel and search for PyCharm. You will get this window, open new project, and then there's no need to make any changes, it will save automatically. Save it. And that's it. Just create one Python file, write your first program, print hello world, right click, run your program, and see we are able to run our first program in the smartest IDE which is available in the market. Till now we have seen the Windows operating system. Now let's see Linux operating system. For that I'll create one new document and say I'll give it a name test python.py, and then I'll open it with the help of gedit, which is a default editor which I am having here. I'll open that and write one program, say print hello world, and save it. I'll open the terminal and try to run this code. For that first I'll go to the location cd desktop and then I'll run my first program, say python space test python.py, and see here also we are getting the output very easily. Let's also see in Mac OS. I'll open the terminal, I'll make it little bigger and open the Python which is already installed here. The version is little old, and now let's print and try to get the output in Mac OS. I'll write print in the similar manner and write hello world, and see here also we are getting the output. Python is completely platform independent and you can really work in any of the operating system. Let's see some Python code that we will write in PyCharm to get the desired output. Here in our requirement, we need to create the pyramid pattern. So we will require two for loops. First, for x in range 0 to 5, we need to run for loop 5 times for 5 lines of output. Second, for y in range from 0 to x plus 1 to print different number of stars every time. We will print star and add end is equal to 1 space, and at the end we'll give one print for the next line character, say /t, and run the code. Once we'll run the code, see we are getting the required output. We are getting the pyramid. With just 4 lines of code, we got the required output. So next we will see the factorial of a number. If someone has asked me the factorial of number 6, so what actually is factorial of 6? 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, somewhere around 720. So rather than writing the whole code, what we will do, we will import the math library where there are many functionalities, of which one is factorial. Having knowledge of library helps us to write our code very easily. Here I'll write one line of code and pass the value 6. We will easily get the output as 720. Libraries are the group of codes or the group of functions that you can import in your code to get the desired output. Let's see one more program in which we will import the random library. Simply I'll import the random and print random.randint. We will pass some value, say 1, 5, with the help of which I'll get some random values between 1 and 5. If I run this code, I got 2. If I run it again, I got 2 again, then 3, then 1. So let's create one game now in which user will be asked to guess the number between 1 and 50. We'll take one variable here, cm, in which some random value will be stored. With the help of while loop, we'll ask the user one number. We'll take one variable un, say user number, and with the help of input predefined functionality, we will give one message to user like guess the number between 1 and 50. So cm is the variable where some random number will be there, say computer's memory. With the help of conditional statement, we will write some logic here. Say suppose for the first time cm is equal to un. That means user has guessed the number in one chance only. So we'll give some message like you took count number of chances. Count is equals to 1, and we will break the loop here. We will stop the code. But if not the case, we will add some more condition where say cm is now greater than un. In this case, we will ask the user to enter the bigger number. And in last case, when cm is smaller than un, for that we won't give the condition and only write else and give a message that enter the smaller number. To count the number of chances of the user, we will increase the value of the count with the help of count plus equals to 1 in both the else part. And now we will try to run the code and check the logic. So the first message is guess the number between 1 and 50. I enter 34. Enter the smaller number. I'll enter 15. Enter the bigger number. Say I enter 25. And it is fine, it is right. So I took 3 chances to complete the game. Let's try again. This time I'll enter 26. Enter the bigger number. Say 35. Again bigger number. 40. Again bigger number. 45. Again bigger number. So writes 47. Bigger number. 49. Again it's a small number. Finally 48. So it is telling me it took 7 chances to guess the number. So when we install Python, we get few libraries like random, math, etc. But in real, there are many more libraries that we can use in our code. So suppose if I try to import the library matplotlib and if it is not available with me in my system. So first of all, I'll get this red line with which I'll get the idea that it is not present in my system. What I'll do, I'll run one command, say pip install matplotlib. With this command, I'll be able to download the library and it will be saved in the right location. I'll import matplotlib now and there's one functionality of matplotlib, pyplot. I'll use it as an alias plt. We will import one more library numpy and give it a alias name np. We'll take one variable x for x-axis and give few values, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an array. We'll take one more variable y for y-axis that will correspond to value of x, and say we'll give the value 20, 30, say 15, 25, 10. The only thing I need to take care is if I'm giving x to 5 values, I'll give y to 5 values. I'll simply write plt.plot, I'll pass x and y and write plt.show. Once I'll run this program and see I'm getting the desired output. Similarly, there are many kinds of plots that we can achieve with Python coding. So this much easy, you can learn and create code using Python. In our course, we usually start with installation, then few basics of Python. We see loops, we cover then data types, functions, lambda, generators, exception handling, debugging, file handling, modules and packages. Then we see libraries, regular expression, database. In database, we see three kinds of database, say SQLite 3, MySQL and MongoDB. We also see later on Pickle, OOPS, web scraping, Excel and CSV reports, JSON, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, decorators and Flask. Apart from this, we cover minimum 5 projects and many assignment questions, and we make sure that you do lot more practice in Python to get good confident.